Hey, Wichita. Welcome to Coffee Break. I am your host, Officer Chad Ditch with Public Information Unit, and I'm joined with my co-host,
Officer Trevor Macy.
Bro, you see we got
with
our new
Public
logo.
Information. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah. Well, not
That
new
looks
logo.
nice.
It's just we put our newer colors in there.
Yeah, if nobody's noticed, we
Yeah.
recently updated
Yeah.
the WPD logo. Chad, I should say,
No, we
updated
did
it.
Team effort, but we no
and
longer have brown in our
they
uniform.
got rid of the brown
Yeah.
because we don't wear brown anymore.
Yep.
We're
Got our
not-
navy blue in there.
We're not working for UPS.
Yeah, man. So we're recording. It's Wednesday today, right?
It is Wednesday, my
So,
dude.
We just had a 4th of July weekend, man. Did you do anything fun?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I was trying to remember what I did this weekend.
I did.
Went to a friend's house, watched some fireworks. This is
Okay.
the first year, probably in my entire life, that I did not light a single firework.
Really?
I did not.
You know,
I didn't even spend money on fireworks this year, and I was okay with that.
Right? Because you just get to see the shows
Yeah,
and everything. You save
I get
so
the
much
same enjoyment out of fireworks that I did as a kid, paying my allowance for them, but I didn't have to spend any money,
money. Right?
and then I don't have to feel guilty for lighting my money on fire.
There you go. So was it your friend's fireworks show, or did you guys go somewhere?
Went to the friend's house, and we just watched. It was out in Goddard, and we just
Okay.
watched Goddard's show. And then his neighbor had to have spent thousands of dollars
Oh,
on
they had a
fireworks
pretty big
because this guy, like right behind him, had a show that was literally like as good as like a wind surge Friday night.
I could just see you,
Fireworks
man. You're like
show.
watching this way, and then you're like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy,
Oh,
man.
man.
It was crazy. And then 4th of July, I worked the wind surge game.
Oh,
They had a big fireworks show.
You have a lot of people there?
Huge crowd. And I think it was like 6,000 something.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it was fun. It was really, really hot, but
Dude, I went to Peabody's fireworks show.
Peabody fireworks show.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes, when
Bro.
I was younger.
Phenomenal. My wife and I have been together 17 years almost, and this by far was the best show. We've lived in San Antonio, seen some awesome shows at SeaWorld and stuff, but this by far was the best fireworks show I've ever seen in my life. Just, it was cool, man. They
That's
have
good
like
stuff.
a bunch of people that have little displays that they put up involving fireworks, and they have like a little script that they have with it as well. But then like the end lasts like a solid 2 to 3 minutes, and it's just nothing but fireworks going off, bro. It looked like some of the pictures I took, it looked like a rock concert.
Yeah.
So much smoke and people around, bro. It was awesome.
I forgot about the Peabody fireworks show until you mentioned something, but they were like our big rival in high school.
Yeah.
And so I remember one year in high school for the 4th of July going up for the Peabody show and just being like, holy cow.
Right.
I did not know
Yeah.
that their show was that good. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It
I'll have
was
to get back
awesome,
up
man.
and check it out next year.
So did the Wind Surgers, they win that game?
Yeah, they did.
That's awesome.
They did. They play in the Sod Poodles.
Say that 6 times fast.
That's
Like-
one of the weirdest names.
right. People used to get upset about ours, right? When we became Wind Surge,
Yeah.
like they were upset.
Like,
would you
at
rather
least
be
we're
a
not the Sod
poodle?
Poodles.
Yeah.
I think Wind Surge is still better than Baby Cakes, too.
Who's
name
Baby Cakes?
That was the name that the Wind Surge was before they were Wind Surge.
Oh, that's true. When they were in
down
New Orleans.
yeah.
That's
The
true.
Baby Cakes. I think Wind Surge is still better,
Yeah.
but I'm biased, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you on that one, man. What else we got coming up, man? We got a couple community events going on.
Yeah?
So the Love Our Community event that's going on this weekend at Evergreen Park.
Saturday, right?
Yep.
And I think our guest is going to be there.
Yes.
Today's guest is going to be there.
Yes. Officer Larison and K9 Stewie.
K9 Stewie. I cannot wait to meet
Bro.
K9 Stewie.
Stewie's been like, super popular all over
Yeah.
our Facebook, social media accounts and stuff. Like, to have a therapy dog for your department that doesn't only just help like children and victims and stuff on calls, but it's also there for officers.
Right. Anybody who needs it. That's a great thing to have, a great partner to have with our
Yeah.
department. So I'm excited to see what things Stewie will do.
Right.
And I think the name is cool too.
It's
Stewie.
cool. So we've had this will be our third canine in a row. You think
Is there a theme here, or are we just
I know,
trying
right?
to knock
Everybody
all the
loves
canines
dogs,
out?
right? Yeah. No, I'm waiting for the first dog that can get in a chair. Like
Yeah,
that.
we've tried
Yeah,
with
we have
every
tried,
dog,
yeah.
but they can't, for whatever reason, they can't.
Yeah. Well, most of them are pretty big.
yeah, I mean they're
So
big
that's kinda-
dogs.
yeah.
and they don't like to lay in chairs. They like
Yeah.
to lay on the floor.
And Stewie's about like 60 pounds, I think. Larison was saying.
Okay, what kind of dog is he?
Oh, it looks like a beagle.
Yeah, I thought it was a beagle,
What,
but
what's that book you used to read as a kid about the beagle?
the
You
pokey
remember?
little puppy.
No, man. It was a book. It had a beagle on it. It was a famous like kids book.
You're assuming a lot about me.
No,
Saying
like to read.
I read books. Come on.
Yeah. I think between both of us, we know who read and who did not read. That was me. I did not read.
Okay. I read when I had to, or when I found something I really liked.
See, I'm gonna find out.
I like comic books a lot. Those were mine.
If you know what book I'm talking about, put it into the comments because I'm really.
Yeah, or if you want to ask questions, we need questions to answer on the podcast. So make sure you're sending your questions into policeweb@wichita.gov. I keep wanting to say Gmail, but we don't have Gmail
Yeah, we
here.
don't have a Gmail. Yeah.
Policeweb@wichita.gov. Put coffee break in the subject line. We'll answer your questions, and you can get entered for a chance to win a gun safe.
There we go, man. Speaking of questions, I think
Is Molly the Beagle, is that the
nope?
book
That's not it. That's not it. No.
We got Juan over here showing us
Maybe
possible book
on
titles.
our refill. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But either way, still put it in the comments, see if you were right. But looks like our guest is here.
Okay.
So we'll
Let's
get
him in here.
Larison and Stewie in here, see if Stewie gets in the chair, and then we'll get a refill. We'll be right back.
Can't wait.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here with Officer Allie Larison and Stewie. How you doing, ma'am?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm really impressed that Stewie is sitting in the chair.
He's a champ, man.
That's
Look at him.
Right?
the most impressive thing I've seen one of our dogs do yet. I think.
Third canine in a row, and this is the first one that can sit in a chair.
But he can, though.
I know.
Because he's a lover.
He is a
He
lover.
just is.
He's a lover,
He's
not
just
a
that
fighter.
kind of guy.
Right? So tell us, have you seen the podcast? You're not going to hurt our feelings if you haven't.
Let me be honest.
I want you to be honest.
You
This
will
is
hurt my
full
feelings.
transparency.
I watched it yesterday just so I knew what to expect. So, yes, I have seen it.
There
At
you
least
go.
she's seen it.
Right?
At
Yeah.
least she's seen at least
Right?
an episode.
Yeah. So here we want the community to know like who the people are, not just the officer and everything,
Okay.
just who they are. So Stewie's new to the department.
He is.
You are a veteran. Can you tell us a little bit about you and Stewie and what you do for the department?
Okay, so I've been on 9 years. I got Stewie 3 weeks ago in Florida. There's a program there through Brevard County where they actually have inmates come and train these dogs.
Oh,
and,
cool.
He was a rescue. They found him roaming the streets. Sit down. Sit. And he was trainable, so they trained him, and I went and trained with him for about a week.
Okay.
And then brought him back on the airplane, and here we are. No, but he's cool. He's a therapy dog. He's a full walker hound.
Okay.
So he's a squirrel chasing dog, and he's been really cool. He's really chill. Well, maybe not so much right now.
He's
but,
so focused on everything else. It's all good.
his use is going to be kids, victims, police officers, just kind of anything. So all of the other dogs we have kind of have jobs, certain jobs, but he's the lover, aren't you, Stu?
And he's been all over our Facebook and social media lately too. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been
Big star
big
on
star. A
social
lot of
Yeah,
people love him.
he's been to some events and he's done really well. So kids love him.
There you go.
My kid loves him.
Who named him?
They did.
They did.
The trainers?
They
Okay.
asked me if I was going to do change his name, and I was like, he kind of looks like a Stewie.
He does look like a
So I was
Stewie.
like,
does.
no, I'm going to keep it.
So 9 years on the department.
Yeah.
Coming up on a decade. Where you been throughout the department?
I started up north for a long time, 4 shifts, second shift, and then I went to community policing out east. I've been there for a couple years.
Okay.
Great team, work really hard.
Yeah.
You used to work with
I
me,
did.
Chad.
I did. Yeah.
You know we have a good team.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've been a defensive tactics instructor probably for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And then I'm also a negotiator.
Awesome.
I've been doing that for about 2 years, and now I'm a therapy dog handler. So I wear many hats.
Right? Yeah. That's good though. It's good to have lots of tools in your toolbox and stuff to be able to have whenever you need it. So
You have a favorite area of the department you've worked so
You
far?
know, everyone asks me that, and I don't. I enjoy it all. I like to stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
I volunteer for everything I can just because I don't know why. I enjoy it. And all of it keeps me busy. So it's kind of like, if I'm doing defensive tactics, I kind of get a break from the street, and then I get to go train recruits, and I enjoy that. So, yeah.
cool thing about Allie working with her for a year and a half on CP. Anytime we had a community event, there was you always knew Allie was going to be deep into it because she really thrives with being able to do anything with the community. But event planning, she makes sure that we don't miss crossing a T or dotting an I. So she's
like
always
that's the
there.
female in me, you know.
You gotta have somebody out like that on the team to keep things together.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's really cool about ECP is like there's so many. There's 10, and then everybody brings their own little thing to the mix to make a community event awesome. So
yeah, we do work good together. So.
But
It's
working
fun.
with the recruits, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You get to help mold them before they even come out to the street.
So, I look at it like 9 years ago when I was a rookie, I did not know what I was doing. No one in my family is law enforcement. I'm the only one. So I was very naive, and I feel like everyone just kind of watched to see if I was capable of it.
Right.
And they were hard on me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I'm glad that's how they were with me, and I feel like that's how I am with recruits now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be here forever. We're all not going to be here forever. So with recruits, I look at it as like, I want them to be better than what we have now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am kind of the hard one, though, because I want them even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but I really enjoy it.
It's always good to want to have goals and always wanted to better yourself and everything like that too. So
Yeah.
you are the second female officer that we've had
Yes.
on the podcast. So can you talk to us a little bit? Words are difficult on a Wednesday,
hard.
bro.
They're hard, man. It's okay.
It's okay, Chad.
We're here for you. Man.
got
We're here
this.
for you.
What it's like being a female officer today from when it was 9 years ago.
There's more of us.
Right? Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's just the direction we're going. You have to have females. You have to have diversity.
Right.
And I think there's a need for us just because we are different than males. I mean, obviously, you guys treat us like normal. I
Right.
mean, you don't treat us differently because we're a female.
Right.
But just like you've been on calls with me where like the mama bear comes
Yeah.
out in me, and it's just different from the daddy bear.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just want to pick up the kids and just like make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's good that females are coming onto the department more and more. We need them to promote and move up the chain. And the one thing I would just say for females on the department, like that want to be on the department, like you've already made the hard decision to say you want to be a police officer, right? So just be confident.
Yeah.
When you come to the academy and you get on the department, like don't second guess yourself. Like you can do anything anybody else has done.
Right.
So just be confident.
Yeah. Trevor brought up good points too, like when male or female, when we go through the academy and then we come out on FTO, sometimes that's a big culture shock, being in FTO and it can be overwhelming, but to like stick it out, stick it out for a few months, see how you make it your own and everything. So that's awesome.
It's important for us as law enforcement officers to have ways to kind of decompress, have hobbies outside of work. I'm curious what some of your hobbies might be. What are the things that you do outside of work to decompress, de-stress?
You're right. It is very important to have hobbies. You gotta get away from this job somehow. So I usually set a goal for myself every year since I've been on the department. And the last goal I set, I was online and I saw this 50-mile ultrathon and I was like, well, if these people can do
50?
it. Yeah.
That sounds
50.
awful.
5. I did it in April. But I saw it and I was like, oh, if all these people can do it, I can do it.
You're
Right.
talking
So
like running?
Yes. So I found this race in Manhattan and I was like, I'm doing it. So I told my husband, I was like, I'm running a 50-mile in April. And he's like, okay. And I did.
Wow.
But I've seen some people in California that had run in full uniform. And so I've done that twice with another officer up north, Officer Gouplon. We ran in full
that's right.
uniform, the half marathon, the Prairie Fire. We did that twice.
That's awesome.
Was it?
It
was not good.
Well,
I lost 3 toenails. That was rough. I ran in boots.
Yeah.
Second race, I think we were a little bit smarter and we ran in tennis shoes, but that was a little rough.
Still kudos to be able to do it in uniform. You guys did in like full uniform.
Oh
right?
yeah, vest and all. Oh yeah.
Did you guys train for that or just run
I mean,
into it?
I didn't. I did not run in this during my days off. No, I mean I ran, but not in any of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was challenging, but it was cool. The community support with that too was awesome.
Yeah, that's always awesome, and especially when we put it on social media and see the impact that it has. It's amazing. 50 miles though. How does one prepare, not just physically but mentally for that? How did you do that?
Well, the mental part was hard, I'm not going to lie. So I would come home and be like, I don't know if I can do this. And Brett would look at me and be like, yes, you can.
Yeah.
You're going to. And I'm
Right.
like, all right, I can do this. And so, I mean, I did. Like, I have, my husband and daughter, and they're like my biggest cheerleaders. So
Yeah.
they're the ones that like hold the signs up every like 10 miles.
Right.
And they're like, you got this. What do you need? Like,
Yeah.
so when you have a good support system at home, like it makes it easier.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like when I did the boxing stuff, the Cuffs versus Axes both years, like
Yeah.
they were both so supportive. And I mean, that was fun too. So every year I try to do something a little bit different, and,
That's awesome. That's just
busy.
Allie too. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 50 miles, that's a lot. And
I'm not gonna run 50
Yeah,
miles.
yeah. I'm barely
ever.
I barely like driving 50 miles. So
I don't know. I always just want to do something that like pushes myself. Like,
No, but that's-
that's
good.
that's amazing as a person in general, to
Right.
be able to set a goal and push yourself and like you said, have that support system where you don't give up. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people nowadays, they allow fear to just consume them and then we give up easily. So
You remember that? You remember what I told you, or I posted one time, and I was like, "If you say you can't, you never will." Right? So there
That's
you go.
it. Yep.
If you say you can't, you never will.
That's
Chad,
it.
you want to run a 50-mile race with me sometime?
Say we'll see.
we can push for that this
You
year.
just never know, Chad.
Yeah. I'd start with like a 3 mile. That's a 5K, right? Like
Yes,
3.1
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah. I'd start with a 5K.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
Oh.
do it, bro. We'll set it.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I am
You can
coming.
be our
to watch
I'm
it.
gonna need you to do it in a bomb suit or something like that. Though.
No, they have guys for that.
Right.
Some bomb guys will do that.
Yeah, Lieutenant Waite does it.
Yeah.
I don't know about running it, but I know he did the ruck march in the bomb suit.
He
so
did. He did.
That's awesome. So we play a game on this podcast called One Has to Go.
Okay.
Did you watch it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, in light of you, because you're a very healthy eater, I know that. I was like, Allie, it's either salad or water. So,
I love salad.
right? We can't pick from donuts and stuff like that. But, so, I've been told pumpkin spice is like your go-to or one of your favorite flavors and stuff, possibly.
Well, I love pumpkin spice
Right?
lattes.
I mean,
Yes.
who doesn't?
Right.
I'm
See?
a big sucker for
This
PSLs.
pumpkin
See?
spice, this episode is based, or edition is pumpkin spice. You got to choose one's got to go forever. You got a frappe, you got a latte, you got pumpkin bread, or you got a pumpkin cake pop. One's got to go forever.
My daughter would be so mad at me if she knew I was going to say this, but I have to get rid of the cake pop.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
See, I thought you
I'm
wouldn't
getting
do
rid
it
of
She
because
loves
of the,
them, but I am like, no, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See,
They're
this
they're too like mushy almost.
Moist?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Too moist.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the cake pops.
See, I think I would get rid of probably the frappuccino.
Mm.
And I say that because they're so good that they're kind of misleading, and I get a brain freeze every time. Every time.
Well, you don't have to like chug them. You can like just drink them at a
can't
regular
stop,
pace.
though.
But you can't
Can't
stop.
stop.
It's like they're so good. It's like you get a cold soda, you could drink or cold water. You can you could drink that and not really get a brain freeze.
Right.
But that one every time.
I try to stay away from the pumpkin bread. It is so good, but I'm like, oh man, it's a lot of bread.
It is a lot of carbs. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. And so you guys got any events coming up with Stewie?
We're going to the one this Saturday, Love Your Community event
Oh yeah, that's
at
right.
Evergreen Park.
Yeah.
So we have that going on. And I think we're going to go read to a school next week.
There you go.
I had a book made, If Stewie Could Talk.
What?
So we're going to read that to the kids.
No joke.
that's cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Can you buy that like on Amazon or?
Some company that like makes a book, and I don't know.
That's
They
pretty
showed
cool.
it to us at the training in
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew about it.
That's pretty cool though.
But
What's Stewie think about being a book celebrity?
Right. Right now he's
You
just
know,
He's
he
honed
just-
in on those treats.
yeah.
he's just loving life. Look at him.
I bet Stewie loves his job.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
How's his
He
adjustment
does really well.
Yeah.
So. His adjustment here.
from Florida to Kansas?
He had some allergies the
Yeah.
first week.
Oh, poor Stewie.
So yes, so coming from Florida to Wichita, but who doesn't have allergies? I guess
Right,
around
yeah.
here. So
You're pretty much superhuman if you don't have allergies around here, right?
yeah, but we got that taken care of, and he's been good at home. He just like lays on the ground and just chills.
Just
and
relaxing.
my 5-year-old wants to play with him so bad, and she'll like throw every ball, toss every rope, and she'll act like a dog and just wants him to chase whatever she throws. But he just looks at her like,
Like, no, I'm not.
And
not
she's
today.
just
I'm
like,
not on
Mommy, he
duty.
won't play with me. And I'm like, he
He's
just wants to
too
hang
chill.
out.
He's cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of what you want in a therapy dog.
Right.
Someone that just kind of hangs out.
Yeah.
So
And listens.
yeah,
That's all.
he really is a good dog.
Yeah.
So it's funny though, because if you look up their breed, like Walker Hound,
Mm-hmm.
they say that they're not trainable, and I'm like, I don't know if that's correct.
Right,
because he's
yeah.
like one of the best dogs I've seen.
Right.
So
Yeah, he can
Very
dang
good
sure
dog.
sit in a chair. So
it's pretty impressive.
that's awesome. Well, lady, we know that you're super busy. We appreciate you taking the time to come on the show, especially Stewie Master.
Thank you, Stewie.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, buddy.
But we are going to get a
love you.
refill, and we'll be right back.
All right, see you guys.
Well, we're back. Stewie got in the chair.
He did. That was okay. I'm not gonna lie. That excited me more than I thought it would.
Right?
He was just so chill too.
And folks,
Focused on the treats.
Yeah.
That's me at Thanksgiving dinner, waiting for my grandparents to say grace. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. That was good, though. That was really good.
That was
Moving
good.
this down
That
my
was
back.
good. Good moment there. I
Yeah.
like Stewie a lot.
Yeah.
I wanna see
And
more of
Larison,
him.
too, man. 9 years on the
Oh
department.
yeah,
alone.
Larison.
Yeah,
Larison.
she was there. I don't
She
know if
was
you saw
there
her.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, 50 miles, though. 50.
I could not, man. I could maybe walk 50 miles.
Yeah.
Like within a span of like a week.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not gonna run.
What's the longest you ran at one given time?
I think like 4 miles.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I can stand here proud and say 6, but that was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not, bro, it was, we were in, not basic, but afterwards. So everybody else called it MOS. We call it tech school for the Air Force. But yeah, we went out and started running, and they kept messing with us. We'd come back to the barracks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they'd scoot around and go to another area and come back. Before we knew it was 6 miles, bro. My legs were like jello.
That is too much.
Yep.
I got into running quite a bit in college, and I got to the point where I was running barefoot
Really?
because my stepbrother told me it was like better for your muscles or something.
Was this around the same time what are those shoes called that actually you put
The Vibram
the
toe
toes?
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was around the same time those were coming out, and there was like all these scientists saying, "Oh, barefoot running is like
Yeah.
what humans are meant to do or whatever." So I
Right.
did that. I used to run the river path barefoot. Stepped in a lot of goose poop.
I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah, it was not
How'd that feel?
not the best.
Yeah, I
not the
bet.
best.
That's like when I used to work Old Town, being on the South Side officer, seeing people walk around there barefoot and everything, obviously from dancing and stuff all night long. I'm like, man,
Yeah, I'm not.
walking around
No.
Old Town barefooted. That's rolling the
that's
dice
risky,
right there.
man.
Yeah.
That's risky business.
So we talked before Larison got here about that book, bro.
Yeah, did you figure out what it was?
I could. It was Shiloh.
Shiloh?
Yeah, did you ever read Shiloh?
I think wasn't it a movie?
They
at
turned
one
it into a
point?
movie,
Because
yeah.
I think I saw the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever read the book.
Yeah. See, those Shiloh, that was a book I read. Boxcar Children were books I read. Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. That was my jam. That was
Yeah.
one of the first like choose your own adventure books I ever read.
Yeah.
Was a Goosebumps one.
Yep.
Life changing.
Dude, I'm telling you. Boxcar Children was cool too.
Yeah, I never got into that.
No?
No.
That was pretty cool. It's very adventurous, like you
I was
said.
a
I like that.
Goosebumps guy, and the series of unfortunate events
Okay.
was the other series I used to read a lot.
You remember Hatchet?
Yes,
Yeah.
Hatchet was
See?
good.
Hatchet
Yeah,
was awesome.
that was a great book. They had a sequel too, didn't they? Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
No, you're absolutely right. And then
But-
like White Fang, I think was something to do with like
White Fang was the classic wilderness tale,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm trying
something
to
about
remember.
90s books and movies, man. Like it was all about like either sports or it was something to do with wolves and people. And
Yeah,
in the
man.
forests
So
and
growing up, I thought like wolves were gonna be a much greater concern
Right.
as an adult
Yeah,
than they were. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta be ready for this.
Yeah.
Like they could come from anywhere. And I thought I was gonna have sled dog teams and
See?
like be surviving in the wilderness when I got became an adult. But
Now
I had
you know what we
McDonald's
worry
like
about?
3 feet from my house. I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to do anything.
Well, now you know what we worry like around City Hall or if you're down by the river and stuff. A goose around her like baby. What are they? Geese?
Yes,
Bro.
vicious.
Vicious.
Okay, and here's something. I'm gonna rant here for a second about the geese.
Go ahead.
So I've seen geese fly.
Okay.
Like I know they're capable of
Right,
flight.
yeah.
Yet they continue to just walk across the road,
Bro.
at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
Holding up traffic. Why don't they fly?
Right.
Why
And they
don't
just
you
look at
fly,
you.
geese?
Yeah, they look at you.
I know
like-
you can do it. I
Yeah.
know you can. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
fly.
And then they look at you like you're bothering
Like,
them.
yeah, like I'm like, hey, I'm crossing, like I'm walking here.
Yeah,
like, what are you?
yeah.
You're a goose.
Yeah.
Fly.
And you're not even in a crosswalk. Like, come on. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use a crosswalk or
Yeah.
fly.
Exactly. I'm with you. I don't. Get
I'm
it
all
either.
for geese doing their thing, but
Yeah.
they got to stop just acting like they own the streets.
So, this makes me think about the other podcast that's going on in the city. The redhead and the bearded beauty. Yeah, Tyler hosts that show. As a
Did
co-host
they
on the
talk
show.
about geese?
No, but Megan is a diehard like animal fan, and she talks about that and everything. She was here earlier when Stewie first got here. She asked, you have to let her know any animal. She says that's on the.
Well, they
that comes
snuck
to the building.
they snuck a coffee mug in here, didn't they?
They did sneak some of their merch. So, but it made
Little
me
bearded
think. I
beauty
wonder
cup.
what Megan's take is on geese when she's driving. As an animal fanatic, do you think it still irks her when geese just like trickle there and then just stop or take their sweet time getting across the road? Or do you
We're gonna
think
have to
she's
ask.
just like, or you think she gets out and takes photos? No,
I don't know. She may take
I
photos.
don't know, man. I think that would be something that might irk her, but who knows?
It irks me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
speaking of questions, you said that earlier.
Were we speaking of questions?
We
We're talking about geese, Chad.
Things that irk you.
Totally different
is
topic.
When people don't send in questions, right?
Work on your segues.
I knew I would need to work on my segues.
Yeah, it does irk me when people don't send questions because we ask for questions, but we got.
But we got
We
another
got a
question, but
question.
I think we've had questions 3 weeks in a row, so that's awesome. And this one
Yeah.
came from YouTube. It was a comment that was made, so I'll let you read it.
Okay, so this one comes from Captain Smacky on YouTube. Hey guys, I've been listening for a couple months and I have a request. There was an episode where someone was talking about the fact that car thieves will often simply look for unlocked cars or that they will target specific items like firearms kept in the vehicle. Would it be possible to have little nuggets of information that us random citizens may not think about, but that is super well known in police circles? That stealing guns from cars bit really helped shape my views some more in regards to gun safety and just guns in general.
First off, Captain Smacky, thank you for listening for a couple months. We appreciate that. I think
Yes.
we're on month 4 that we're about ready to start or just started. That's awesome.
We've been trucking along. Thank you for watching. And yeah, the firearms in the vehicles, that's a huge thing that we're touching on because we have a lot of gun thefts from cars.
Yeah.
A lot of cars that are left unlocked with guns inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good idea to leave a firearm in a vehicle unless it's in a locked gun safe. But some other little nuggets. One that I thought of when I first read this question was serial numbers.
Yeah.
How many people have a list of serial numbers in their house for every item that they own?
Right.
Not many people,
Yeah.
I would wager. But I learned in the police academy that it's a good idea to keep like a ledger or like a spreadsheet or something of basically every high value item in your home, have the serial number somewhere so that if for some reason you lose that item or it gets stolen or you need to do a report on it missing, you can give us that serial number. We can enter that serial number into the database, and then if it's located at a pawn shop or Facebook Marketplace or anything, we can run that serial number and say, hey, this belongs to this person, and it makes it so much easier to get your stuff back.
And then I would even add your initials or something unique onto it, whether you engrave it, use some sort of permanent marker. I've worked cases where we've recovered lots of stolen tools that were taken out of somebody's vehicle inside of their garage. And they didn't have the serial numbers, but when they made the report, they said, hey, all of mine also have this stamp on it, this initial.
Yeah.
And sure as heck, that's exactly what we had on there. So we were able to say, hey, these are your tools. We can prove that.
Right.
And we can really prove that this person does not have the permission to have your tools. So
Yeah.
add some kind of engraving or marking on there that can't be rubbed off easily or covered up. So
Absolutely. And that's the thing with the catalytic converters too, that you can get those etching kits, etch a number on there. It's unique to you.
Yeah.
And that way, it's just way easier to get your stuff back. It's a time-consuming process to make a list of your serial numbers. I started doing it, and I got like halfway through my stuff, and I was like, "This is a lot," but it's worth it in the end when you think about it. The security that it gives you, and knowing that like if your stuff ever goes missing, you're gonna have a much better chance of finding it. And just being able to account for for what's yours.
Well, and I could say too, like being a part of a community response team or community policing, or just an officer that was outgoing and making stops when I wasn't on 911 calls. There's several times, where we've stopped people, breaking into a storage facility, or where they had a lot of stuff in the back of their truck, and it appeared that it didn't belong to them. You'd have a TV with a serial number on it, or
Right.
you have some stereo system or something like that. For us to be able to look further into that would be very helpful, because there could be lots of stuff there at property and evidence that just will never be returned to somebody, because
Right.
there's nothing to prove that it belongs to you.
Yeah. One of my first traffic stops, ended up searching the whole car, and in the trunk there were like 9-10 laptops.
Right.
I was like, nobody's rolling around with 9 or 10
Right,
laptops.
yeah.
So pulled them all out, ran all the serial numbers. Nothing was showing stolen, because I don't think anybody, I'm sure it probably was stolen, but we had no way to prove it, because whoever lost them didn't have the serial numbers. So very important. Keep track of your serial numbers. We'll try to keep some more tidbits like this in here for Captain Smacky.
Well, the major tidbit we also
future.
want to add is Operation Save a Casing.
Save a casing.
Yes, so that's where the next time you go to the range, and we could be having something coming up in the next couple months. We'll put something out here, hopefully by the end of the month. But next time you go to the range, we want you to take your firearm to the range, grab your two casings that you shoot, and then we have at different patrol bureaus, we have envelopes for Operation Save a Casing, where you have a little baggie or Ziploc baggie or whatever. Put you put your two casings in there, and save it. We don't want it. You keep it. We don't want it. And hopefully you never have to have your gun stolen. But if your gun is stolen, that will be, you give us those two casings, and when we find your gun, we could be able to say, hey, this gun is yours.
Right.
Because a lot of times thieves will scratch off serial numbers, which is a crime in itself. But it's a way for us to prove, hey, these casings came from your gun. We know this is yours.
And then if we locate casings at different scenes, we can say, hey, these casings all match this gun. This gun was used in all these crimes. This guy who had this gun possibly committed all these crimes. Guess who's getting charged for all that?
And it's
this
just
guy.
It's just like the detective homicide movies that you see, where it's like, oh, here it starts here, and then it goes up this way, and then comes back down.
You got all the yarn connecting everything.
Yep. Similar to our cold case unit picture
the banner.
on the banner. Yeah.
I'm happy with
Shout
how
out
that
to the
turned
cold
out.
case unit, bro. It came out awesome. So, Captain Smacky, hopefully that helps answer your questions. If not, man, feel free to respond back.
Captain Smacky.
Like the name.
Yeah.
Like the name. So, segue. Just because I don't have a good one, I'm just going to say segue.
We need to get you a segue.
We do. We need to give me a segue. So, WPD fun facts, man. I was grabbing the.
I'm excited for this one,
man. So you had said something about our community crime map is now back up and running.
Yeah, if you didn't know, we had a community crime map.
Yeah.
Powered by LexisNexis, I think. So you could go on and you could literally look at a map of Wichita and see all the areas where crimes have occurred. You can look at specific crimes, specific dates and times. It's really great. We got a new records management system last year, and it crashed.
Yeah.
Didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's back.
It's back up
it's
and
back,
running.
and you can use it. You can find it on our website. Really great tool. I'm so glad it's back, because it makes our jobs a lot easier when we're trying to look up stuff for people. Super helpful.
It helps the community too, so that way it's right there at your fingertips.
Yeah, you can look in your neighborhood and see what happened last night, the night before, 3 years ago.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
With that in mind, it made me think about the website, and I was able to look in our history books and stuff. And did you know the Wichita Police Department, the Wichita Police Department's webpage launched in 1997?
They had the internet in 1997?
In 1997, that's where it launched. Yeah, I was thinking about that. But
wow.
Yeah, that's when it officially launched, and obviously it's grown, and hopefully we'll be growing here soon, because we're revamping the website a little bit to make it a little bit more user-friendly. And
I'm excited about that.
Super excited. So, yeah, that's the PD fun fact
1997.
for today. 1997.
6 years old.
Dude, I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah, 7th grade. So
good times.
Yes,
good
very
times.
good
I miss the 90s.
90s had a lot of good stuff, man. Good, and they're all coming
I've been
back.
watching the that series on Netflix, The Last Dance, the 90s Chicago Bulls
Oh, okay.
team. It's pretty good. pretty good stuff.
I watched All American on Netflix. I just finished season 4. Bro, great show.
You have to check it out.
Great show. So, but anyway, that's our show for today. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share. And
send us your questions.
Yes, send us questions too. Please.
Suggestions, comments, concerns.
Yes. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.